Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. This music takes me back. I feel like I just started a brand new Gungeon run. This is like the first song that plays when you hop in. My question is, what are the Gungeon devs doing? Did Dodge Roll make another game? I think they just made Exit the Gungeon and that's it. Did they just make enough money? And they're like, all right, that's good. We did good. Well done, everyone. Because Exit the Gungeon I never even played, but I feel like over 3,000 reviews is pretty substantial. And then, of course, Enter the Gungeon had like 71,000 positive reviews. That's got to translate to some decent sales. Because think about how few people actually leave a review on something, right? How many people do you think actually leave a review on a game on Steam? Like 1 in 10 players, 1 in 20 players, more? Somewhere in there. I'm sure somebody's got like an actual metric. They've already done the math. Think of how many games you've left a review for. Well, I'm one of the 9 out of 10 people that just don't leave reviews. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. It is 3:07 p.m. here in fabulous Las Vegas. We're about to enter some kind of... It's not really a gungeon. It's just more of a dungeon. We're going back into the numbers dungeon. Figured we should pick up where we left off before I forget everything that I learned yesterday. Which feels like a drop in the bucket compared to how much it seems like there is to do in this game. So gonna be more learning today, more kind of figuring things out, but also we're drafting a team. I'm putting the team together. What are we, some kind of Las Vegas Vultures MLB expansion team? That's exactly what we are. Maybe if you're good, we might even play a baseball game today. But you have to be good. That's the key. Thanks, Whoop89, for the 48 months. Appreciate the beginning of stream sub. Happy 4 years. Thank you for sharing on this beautiful anniversary. What were we doing in August of 2024? Probably, were we playing Microsoft Flight Sim then? Sounds right. I can't believe it's been 4 years since Microsoft Flight Sim, though. That hurts to think about. I brought some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. What up, Influx? I'm going back into Out of the Park. I had good feelings after yesterday's stream. I have that vibe of like, I can tell that this is definitely a game for me. A game that is entirely predicated upon over-analyzing every single number and stat that you can come across and hoping that the most minute decisions actually make a difference in your overall success. Are you out of the park yet? Technically, we're not in the park yet. So, if you think about it, maybe the reason it's called Out of the Park Baseball is because you spend more time tweaking your roster than actually playing baseball in the park. Hence, Out of the Park. It's Hearts of Iron, but with bats and balls. Here's what it actually is. What we're going to be doing for the majority of the stream today is pretend that we are trying to pick pawns for a RimWorld run. Like, The draft that we're going to be doing, trying to pick whatever players we finally decide that we like to put on the team, is like spending hours re-rolling RimWorld pawns, looking for the ones with the best traits and the best stats. That's exactly what it is. I'm excited to draft 3 new players this stream. I'm going to get at least 3 new players. If this game's as good as Football Manager, then we've lost detail for a full month. If I enjoy this over a decent period of time, then I would definitely be down to eventually try checking out Football Manager and just learn more about how soccer works. I think the advantage that Football Manager is going to have from just a game perspective is I think the actual 3D games are going to be better in Football Manager. But I think from what chat has said, Out of the Park is kind of harder to get into. And it's maybe a little bit more, I don't know if detailed is the right word, but maybe it requires more micromanagement. Though I have been impressed with the number of things that it lets you simulate and just like pass tasks onto your assistant manager, the AI. I never considered playing one of these games, but now I'm considering it on sale. Yeah, it's kind of like the way I've never really done fantasy baseball, fantasy football, or any of those kind of leagues, but it feels like starting your own fantasy league where you don't have to worry about getting a bunch of other people, and you can make it like more RP, where instead of picking from every player that exists, even though you can do that in Out of the Park, you can actually do a fantasy draft and make it where every player is draftable. But yeah, it also allows you to be a little bit more RP centric and try and play by the actual rules and try and treat it as if it were real. I'll be honest, up until just now, I thought Football Manager was about American football. No, not that. It's more football, you know, football, not football. Hey, you want to play some football? EA College Football Manager is fun to watch too. I know nothing about college football. What's up, Lord Waldemart? How's it going, dude? Welcome, people, Rivers. Also, thanks, Jerk, for the 53 months. Enjoying the spreadsheet gaming. I do play a lot of spreadsheet games, so it is very much to be expected that I would also enjoy it, because I had fun yesterday. Feel like I'm chipping away. This game has some cool editing features. Yeah, I think I'm really impressed with the sheer quantity of things that you can configure. And not just in these settings, but like things that you can configure from like creating your own leagues. I thought it was really cool that you can play historical games from any season since 1871 with all the authentic players from any of those years. Or set up like a custom league with all made up fictional players. But anyway, how's it going, Honey Chain? What's up? Zveninator. Quiet Adept, welcome back. Snake Case, Gilmadesh, old guy. What's up, guys? Are the fields the same? I don't know. I'm not sure how they represent the fields. Next playthrough is going to be a GM from 1861. Well, they started in 1871. Alright, I'm ready for you to teach me this game. Ripley, you've got the wrong idea. I'm ready for you to teach me this game because I just started playing it yesterday. So, I don't know how to play it yet. I can walk you through what I've learned so far, though. But yeah, you showed up in the wrong role. But you know what's so sad? Like, the reason I started doing this and I was like, I gotta play, is because I purchased Out of the Park Baseball. This is true. Out of the Park Baseball 22, last played December 2021. Okay, and it's been 3.5 years to get me to muster up the courage. Okay, 2.5 years. It's been 2.5 years to muster up the courage to actually just turn it on, and I had to buy the. Now it was too late. I was like, oh, I don't want to play the old one. Am I gonna? So I never even played Out of the Park 22, but I just own it. So I'm glad I supported the devs there. Though to be fair, I think I did buy it on sale. And so I had to get Out of the Park 25 because that's 3 editions later. So I finally mustered the courage. I was like, I can't wait until they get to Out of the Park 26. I gotta strike now. Okay, March is not that long ago. It's like 4.5 months is when this one released, so it's still fairly new. But the baseball season is well underway. We've only got, what, like 2 months of regular play left? It's so funny that sports games get yearly releases. Out of the Park has actually been... What's so funny about Out of the Park is that it could be named after the year, or it could be named after how many years it has been in development. The actual Out of the Park baseball franchise started in 1999, and they numbered it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not after the year. So this is actually just the 25th edition. They just happened to do it at the perfect year where it looks like it's for 2025, like it's a year in advance, like every other sports game. But it's actually just the 25th Out of the Park game because they've been making it since 1999. But yeah, I'm sure that they just mostly do roster updates, and I think that they do add new features and stuff every year, which I've seen different people kind of say, oh, I don't like this new feature. I think when you start playing and you start learning, you kind of get set in your ways. So when the developers add something, you're like, meh, I liked it better the way I learned it. It's like, you know, Civilization, whatever Civ you learn. But you got to update the rosters every year. The whole point of the game is it's got to be extremely accurate simulation and extremely accurate players and player models. And to that end, there are official MLB teams who use Out of the Park Baseball as a tool in order to help them try and discover trends or just get info that they didn't otherwise have. So it's actually used by some MLB teams, apparently. Tuned in for E-Town Plays New Game, staying for the baseball. What's up, Twitter-Nux? How's it going? I'm actually hyped for this. I know nothing about baseball, but I always wanted to learn. I mean, it's my favorite sport. I don't watch any other sport. Like, I could watch basketball or football or whatever else and be able to follow along, but I actually enjoy watching baseball. And I think the changes that they've made league-wide over the last couple years have generally been good. I think that increasing the speed of the game has been generally good. I think it makes it more watchable. I at first I was like, the pitch clock is stupid, and now I'm like, yeah, I kind of like the pitch clock. There's like a time limit on how long you have to throw the ball now. Did you get out of the creator? Nope. I'm never leaving. But anyway, thanks also KXZ for 46 months. I appreciate that sub as well. Welcome back for almost 4 years. Yannervite, thank you for gifting the sub as well. Enjoy, Snake Case. Snake Case Jake's back for 10 months with that gift sub. Thanks for half a year, Tournux. And Chuku says, baseball stream was fun to see you learn the game yesterday. I am addicted to custom leagues. Yeah, I think custom leagues seem cool. I think I'll enjoy custom leagues once I kind of have a grip on how the moment-to-moment game goes more. But thanks to Chuku for 40. There's a lot of 48-month subs. That's a lot of 4-year slubs. But anyway, let's go Vultures. Yo, let's go Vultures. All right, let me load back in. We got a lot of decisions to make today. Let me show you guys the team. I'm putting a team together. The backup is 252 game days old. So what they're saying is I need to make a new backup. They're yelling at me. We're going to be seeing a lot of pink because we chose this shade for our team color. So it actually like changes all of the UI to match your team colors, which is cool. But we are the general manager or GM, as well as I guess the manager of the Las Vegas Vultures, a made-up team that we created in the game yesterday. And we're currently trying to get it into the actual MLB. So you can see standings down here and kind of see how this is fitting in, right? So all of this is going to be kind of funky, right? And I can see how funky an expansion team would be, right? Because all of the divisions have 5 teams, except the AL West is where I decided to put the Vultures. And then because you have to have a team both in the American League and in the National League in order to keep the leagues consistent and even, we put the Mexico City Luchadors. We created that team. And the NL Central, National League Central Division. So 2 of these divisions are going to have 6 teams, which is a little funky. But yeah, this is kind of the mirror of our made-up team. That's some good Midwest baseball right there. Well, Mexico City, Mexico, but I don't know if I would call that Midwest, but yeah. To be fair, the MLB used to have uneven divisions when the Astros were in the NL. That's true. That is true. So it wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, they're the ones that we're drafting against. So it's us against the Luchadors, and we're currently drafting to make our team. We have 1 whole player who has been drafted so far. Oh, we might want to modify our team uniforms again today. we did our best. This game isn't exactly about the graphics, as I think this picture will show you. It's more about the numbers and the I love that this is our just demo guy though. This is our PS1 demo guy. So I'm sure we could do better with an actual artist. The bullpen catcher posing for promo photos. But yeah, we got the logo to be a little larger, and we did our best with the text. They don't give you many customization options for this. You can't change the font, so we did our best. And I think our grays are a little weaker, but I don't really know how to fix it. Because pinstripes looks pretty bad. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix the away uniforms. I like them less than the home, I think. The home has a little more style. You can change the font. Where's the font? I just see team. Oh, it says font right here. Oh, there's a select button. Wait, I have to add a font file. Oh, yeah, I don't have a font file for the numbers. I feel like I want to use Bebos New. What is it called? Let me see if I can find my font folder. I might be able to, I have it right here, actually. I might be able to add it in. Steam library, Steam apps. Out of the park baseball, and then it's just in data? Okay, hold on. Let's see if this works. It's got red, like it doesn't recognize the file. Maybe if I use OpenType font instead of whatever I used. Let's try that. No, it doesn't recognize that either. I tried OTF and the other one. Because this one is OTF. And I tried TrueType. There's also an EOT file and a WAF. If I knew what the other font file was, I could just actually, let's see. Their fonts are actually TrueType font files. They have a font folder. All right, let's try them all. There's EOT, WAF, WAF 2, none of them. No idea. Okay. Well, we tried. I guess I could Google it. I don't know if I feel like Googling it right now. How to change jersey font out of the park baseball. Custom jersey fonts not appearing. Never mind, I figured it out. The fonts need to be in the /jersey fonts directory to be loaded in. Well, there you go. Thanks, OP on Reddit. AI could never answer this question for me. But OP, it's always somebody on Reddit, dude, every single time. All right, jersey fonts. There we go, paste. Let's see if that works. I literally add Reddit to all my Google searches now. You kind of have to. You kind of have to. See, why are these all WebPs now? Maybe they're all graphics? I'm gonna copy paste one of these graphics into the Discord. And you might have to make a image that it takes from that fits this pattern, because it's not like font files. I think it has to be an actual image. There we go. If you want to make a custom thingy, then you can make a custom thingy. You don't have to though. All right. Anyway, lock it in. Where were we? Can there be more contrast with the ball cap? We tried that yesterday and I couldn't figure it out. It's got a white outline around the edges. It's just the way that the graphic is. Because the ball cap, if you do pink, it'll be pink. And I don't like white on the ball cap. Because it would be like this. It's okay. It just feels weird having a white cap, white shoes, black, everything else. Just to say we tried it, let's try inverting this. I don't hate the dual, like the white top, black pants. Not as big a fan of the onesie. Like this. The onesie's a little... It kind of just looks like our away. But yeah, I might do those. A pink belt is a little too much. White belt, and then maybe change the jersey. What is this right now? This is double lined. No. No. Maybe. Looks kind of weird. Pullover looks kind of weird. That looks weird. Look like a chef. I think we were just like new double lined. The black shoulder one's kind of good. Yeah, it's okay. I don't hate the shoulder. It's kind of just what we've already got, but different. Kind of similar. The Vulture is the perfect mascot for the state of Nevada, to be honest. I think so too, yeah. I do think that this looks a little better. Okay, fine. Lock it in. Now, this is why I can't draft a team, is because I keep getting sidetracked in like, what colors should the uniforms be? But you know what? That's the whole point of the game. That's what we're here for, customizing stuff. Thanks Minotaur Monk for 37 months. I appreciate the over 3 years of sub. How's it going, dude? I will try and take you to a ball game today, in the game. But no promises. So yeah, where was I? Let's take a look at our lineup so far, or our roster. We have one player. A singular player. Ian Anderson is the only dude we've drafted so far. He's the only guy on the team. He was our first pick, and we picked him up from the Gwinnett Stripers, who are a AAA team affiliated with, I don't know, are they affiliated with Atlanta? They might be affiliated with Atlanta. There we go. I think I was up here so you guys could see more stuff. Sitting in a locker room by himself for 2 days. He's the only dude. So he was our first pick. We have to deal with a budget. So if we take a look at our front office, Total money available is 103,989,000 for this year. That's how much we have to spend. Our overall budget is $230 million. That makes us 19th in the league. It made a randomly generated owner for us. Steve Peterson is our randomly generated owner of the Las Vegas Vultures, 48 years old. He is a bad-looking owner. His reputation is poor. He has a controlling personality. He struggles with other people who are controlling. And he has a poor handle on development, mechanics, aging, hitting, pitching, in-game running, catching defense, infield defense, outfield defense, and running. Now, luckily, the owner delegates to the GM, that's me, that's us, so that we have to try and pick up the pieces. Where do we find this guy? Look, he has the money, and he wanted the Las Vegas team. He was ready for the expansion. Now, what's nice is Steve Peterson is not interested in being a manager, so he's not going to hopefully interfere with our decisions, which I think is possible in the game for that to happen, maybe. You can also, we check the box that says, I cannot be fired. If you don't check that box, you can actually RP as just a GM in the world of baseball, and if you don't do what the owner wants you to, they can actually fire you, and you can try and get a job with another team for more realism. So that's pretty cool. But we went ahead and I wanted to make this expansion team so that I can actually manage it, so I locked in my job security so that I can actually play with the team I'm creating. I checked that box at work too. You should, if possible. He's apparently got 9 years of experience. He has demanding patience, so no patience. Penny pincher. He's not going to part with any more money than he absolutely has to, but he's very hands off. So we get to do whatever we want, but we're not going to be able to get any more money out of him. His priorities are balanced. I don't know what those could be. He's currently delighted, and he wants to achieve a winning record. So I don't know how much of this matters if I can't be fired. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now in the front office. The rest of our staff, I'm not sure if normally you can hire these guys and fire them, because there's an option to fire, but I don't know. Does anyone who've played this could tell me when you fire somebody? Like if I fired third base coach JD Harris, who has a bad reputation, I don't know, not that I'm going to. Do I get to choose who I hire next from a pool? Or because I think these guys were randomly attributed to the team. I may have checked a box when doing the expansion team that just generated these guys, and I didn't realize it, because it would have been fun to go in and actually try and hire them, but I'll take what I got for the probably speeds up our process, which we probably need, because the only person who we have that's good is our person who's teaching the catcher position. Talent good. Everybody else is just okay. Would have added 3 hours to yesterday's stream. There are free agent coaches. I think you eat their contract if you fire them now, though. Okay, there may have been a button that just generated it, and I didn't even know that I clicked it. But this is okay. We're going to just go with what we have and then work on it from there. Because at the moment, our person who is the best is actually our scouting director, so that's good. Elkin's right. We randomly got this genius. He's 58 years old. We're paying him $950K a year. He has outstanding ability to scout major league players. Excellent at the minor leagues. Legendary international. So we really need to leverage that international scouting. And scouting people out of high school. Outstanding. Or people that just have never played before. So we got this legendary gamer god. And how do you tell how much their contract is? We have a 3-year contract with him. So if I wanted to get rid of Joe Roberts, for example, He's on here for 3 years. I'd have to eat his salary to fire him and replace him with someone else. So our assistant GM, fair reputation, normal personality, works well with easygoing, okay? He favors veterans over prospects, pitching over hitting, offense over defense, power over speed, and a little bit more on-base percentage over hitting for average. Player valuation, scout value high. Okay, so he basically trusts the scout. He looks at their stats a little bit, but does not care about last year or 2 years ago at all. Doesn't trade very often at all, not very aggressive, super loyal to the players. So he wants to like keep them in the system, keep training them, and keep trying to work on them and make them better. And then kind of even on rookies versus veterans for trading. Budget preferences, he just believes in scouting. He trusts the eyeballs of the scout. He wants to put all the money in there. He favors veterans on the newly built team. Basically what it means is like drafting or hiring players who are veterans in the league is what that means. People who have already like established themselves in Major League Baseball. He wants people that have been around for a while on our team. How much does this matter if you make all the decisions? Your assistant GM will kind of fill in for you in various ways. For example, I get to choose here how much I want him to do. So this is where if you just started playing, you go to manager options and you can choose how much the game simulates for you. So you can actually tell it to simulate most things if you want. So in my case, my assistant GM is going to be managing the player's development, like kind of fine-tooth comb going into each player and being like, you need to work on your fastball, or you need to work on your power, or you need to work on this or that, and kind of like develop each player independently so you can actually go in and do that. And he's also setting their focus on what they should be developing. We can go in and tweak individual people though. I can have him make trades, transactions, signing international players, you know what I mean? Like he's in charge of signing or firing minor league personnel. So I'm letting them handle the minor leagues so that I don't have to manually control all of the teams underneath the umbrella of our team. And so they're handling everything minor league and below. Otherwise, I have to control my MLB team, I got to control my AAA team, my AA team, my high A team, and my low A team. And you got to manage all that. So it's like 5 teams that you have to manage. So I just let them handle the minor league for now. And then we can go in and make specific trades or like, ooh, I really like that player and I want to see how they're going to act in 2 years. We can go lock them, be like, don't trade this guy. So that would work too. But yeah, that's where the assistant comes in. So he is handling a whole bunch of stuff actually, and he could be doing even more, but I'm in charge of drafting, reacting to trades, setting up the lineup, the pitching staff, all that. I'm learning where all the buttons are. So we look at our accounting. We're spending $116 million. No, wait, that's how much money we made. Is this how much we made on media revenue? Yeah. So where's our big expenditure? Player expenses. Expenses due to player salaries and bonuses. I'm not sure how it configures this because we don't even have any players, so I don't know how we spend $154 million on player expenses. So I don't know where it got this. To make an expansion team, what we had to do was simulate the first season, and then right after the season was over and players got awards, then we told the game we want to do an expansion team and make a draft for that expansion team and create it from scratch. And so it might just be like trying to fill in what like it believes that our team existed in 2024 because it doesn't know how to handle the expansion team as such. And so it just made up some numbers. I have no idea. But our budget for 2025 is $230 million. Like, I understand staff expenses, scouting expenses, draft expenses are going to go up, player development, so I understand all that. And then scouting-wise, I don't think we even clicked on this page. This is our Elkins Wright Gamer God. Excellent reputation, 17 years of experience. These are our scouting budgets. So we got about 14.7.8 million. So this dude has crazy international scouting, right? So let's change up the distribution of this. We might even want to put more money into scouting and try to find some international talent. I like how the owner's already reducing the budget next year. Yeah, he's already... yeah, like this year, 230 mil for 2025. Because we're starting our first season in 2025 because we had to simulate 2024, which, by the way, if you're curious, for this year, the game has decided that it's going to be the Astros versus the Braves in the World Series. And the Braves win. So, out of the park, 25 has spoken. So if the Braves are not your team, too bad. What's up, Drimbus? Hello, Farming Purse. Angie Foxtrot, welcome to the stream. Hey, guys. But yeah, next year, we're losing 22 million of the budget, and then the next year, we're losing another 8 million of the budget. So the budget's going down year over year with the penny pincher owner that we've got. But yeah, I think I want to put some more money into scouting because this guy's a really good scout, so I want to give him funds. We can go up to 27 million maximum. We're already at 14.79. So if we take a look, how much money did I say we have? 103. We have 104 million. I don't think we're going to need that much money. I'm not going to draft any crazy expensive players. We are going to be playing ultimate Moneyball. Maybe I should wait until after the draft to put more money in, just to make sure we have enough. But I want to take down. I want to make him do more international scouting because that's what he's good at. So let's take amateur scouting down to 15%. Pump international scouting to 40% because that's his specialty. He's also outstanding at scouting the majors. So I want to play to his strengths. Okay. So we got 40% in international, 25% in majors, 18 in minor leagues, and 15 in amateur scouting. I'm going to go with that. Team schedule, player development, so you can choose. I'd have to figure out how this whole system works. International amateur free agent budget, $0. I need to figure out how the budget settings here affect anything. Strategy. You can adjust the strategy for all innings and scores. Yo. Do you like bunting? Bunt more frequently. Do you like the shift? Use the shift. Defensive strategies. How often do you pinch run? Okay, that's cool. You can actually use an opener if you want to have a guy come in, pitch one inning, and then swap it up. I think the Rays did that a while ago. I don't know if the Rays are still doing that. Default batting bench when fatigue percent, so you can just set some like thresholds here. When to bench players when they're tired. Gonna have to set the lineup. All right, anyway, let's take a look at the one guy that we have so far. We've drafted Ian Anderson. He's the only dude. He's a potential starting pitcher for us. This is where a more established manager would restrict the strategy for their own preferences. Yeah. That's where I would just be a GM and they're the manager. Yeah. Draft's over. We got one dude. He can do it all. So this guy is pretty good at pitching. He's 26 years old. His acquired from Atlanta. Signed through 2025 with possible arbitration, so his value might go up. but we should have him for the 2025 season, right? At this value, 760K. So we might have to pay him more, but we're going to have control of him for a while because he has not been in baseball for very long. And explaining how that works is kind of complicated. Basically, when you sign with a team and you're just a newbie, you're just a baby, young player, you're basically stuck with that team for how many years, chat? 6 years? I want to say 6 years. You're stuck with that team for 6 years. And they can kind of keep you or not. They can do whatever they want. You might play Major League Ball, you might just be in the minor leagues that whole time. Yeah, and the first half of it, you have to deal with being paid very cheaply relative to your skill. And then in the later 3 years, you get what's called arbitration, which means a third party will come in, establish your actual value, and then you have to be paid that. So it's a way to kind of keep your team from being able to lowball you for your entire career. Okay. This dude has a great fastball. He's got 3 pitches: fastball, curveball, changeup. So if you, dude, I could explain every little bit of baseball casually. I don't have like an expert's understanding, but I can give you a layman's explanation of things. In this case, a fastball would just be your go-to standard pitch. A changeup would be something that's called off speed. So when we're trying to look for pitchers that we want to play on our team, we want people who are going to be able to use a mix of pitches to throw off the batter. We want them to throw 95 to 97 miles an hour with their fastball, and then when the batter thinks that they've got the timing down, hit them with the changeup that might come in at 85 to 88, somewhere in there. The speed slows down by 10 miles an hour, and suddenly the guy thinks it's a fastball, but actually it's slower and it dips under the bat, swing and miss. We want to be able to combine those 2 pitches and then change their entire perspective. I don't know what kind of curveball this is. There's types of curveballs. I don't know if the game tells you more specifically or if it's just like, it could be a 12-6 curve, could be a sweeping curve. There's different types of curveballs. But yeah, you want a mix of pitches to kind of keep the batter off balance. And some pitches work better in tandem with others. Please do. I don't know shit about baseball. What we really want is at least 3 pitches in our pitchers here. 4 would be even better if they had good grip on 4 different pitches. Because variety lets them, some days, like baseball is a very vibe-based sport. And you might go up there one day and you can throw your curveball perfectly exactly where you want 10 times in a row. And other days you go up there and you lost a feel for it and one of your pitches doesn't work because you can't find it for whatever reason, mentally, physically. So sometimes, like having a 4-pitch mix is nice because if their changeup's not working one day, they can still lean on their other pitches. We still drafting our championship team? Hell yeah, we are. We're taking a look at the one player who's actually on the team right now so that we can kind of work around him. He's our first starting pitcher. Do younger pitchers tend to have much higher potential than current skill? When do they cap out? I don't know. I have no idea. How much? The thing is, what's interesting about this is current and potential is per our scout. These are not... what's the word I'm looking for? These are not absolute numbers. This is what our scout has told us this guy has, based on what he's observed. So these are not necessarily... Like, we might have an unreliable narrator. Our scout might be wrong about specific things. So he might not think this dude has any potential, and then he's actually better down the road also. So you got to keep that in mind. We're only working with the information that we have. There's that. So right behind my picture, there's a head scout button and then the OSA ratings, and those can vary. And I don't know what OSA stands for, but our scout thinks he's got 50 stuff, OSA thinks he's got 55. How do we determine our scout's potential? I assume the scout's potential is absolute. But I don't know, because he's like an outstanding scout, so we're just trusting him. But you can see their accuracy. Accuracy at the time of the report, average. Yeah, the rating scale for all these numbers caps out at 80. 80 would be the best. 20 would be the worst. So we're going to treat 50 like average. It's not technically average, but for our layman's purposes, 50 is average, let's say. But yeah, does anyone know what OSA stands for? It's just the Out of the Park Scouting Association. Okay. So it's kind of just like, you can do a little comparison. Like, our head scout thinks that he's got better ability to prevent home runs than does the Scouting Association. 50 is considered major league average. Yeah. For all intents and purposes. So what we liked about this guy was that he had good stamina, so he's going to be able to take us through a number of innings. His past games reflected that, where his last 5, he went 8 innings, 9 innings, and 6 innings out of 9. Baseball's a 9 inning sport. So he went a complete game here all by himself, which is really hard to do. And he gave up 1 run the whole game. So what we want out of our pitchers is the ability to go 6 innings with 3 or fewer runs given up. So his last 5 games, he's done really well. And in the last 2, they brought him out as a relief pitcher in the playoffs, where he had clean innings, no walks, no runs. Seems like his last 5 games are solid. And then stat-wise, he had about a 4.29 ERA in AAA, 98 innings pitched. So ERA, earned run average, that's higher number equals he gives up more runs, so we want this number to be as low as possible. This one is a bit misleading because this is a 54 ERA, but he only pitched in 1 game, and he couldn't get through an inning. He gave up 4 runs and only got 2 outs. So that was an anomaly. But yeah, here he's got kind of an okay, I would say okay whip, ability to keep people in check, not giving up too many home runs. He's got a few walks per game. He's getting okay strikeouts. I don't know. I think he has potential. His some of his stats aren't as good as what our scout thinks he is. He's got a great fastball, good curveball changeup. We're going to trust in that. Does it show past injuries? Yeah, he had Tommy John surgery that he came off of in 2024. But I don't think we can see any injuries before when the game takes place. So some people have had surgeries and it's just not reflected here. What's up, Mary Skipper? How's it going? All right, so this is our first dude, right? He can hopefully take us deep into games. Good stamina. 3 good pitches. He's got okay stuff. Keeps home runs down. That's a big one. Needs to work on control. All right, now let's go to the draft and let's get things started here. So, we're getting 2 picks. We get to do 2 picks. The other team that's doing drafts right now, the made-up Mexico City Luchadors, they picked a catcher. They picked Yainer Diaz, and they picked a pitcher, I believe. So if I didn't explain it already, the way that this draft works, I think there's close to 1,200 players here. To do an expansion draft, every single team in the MLB had to choose 25 of their favorite players to do picks and bans. So basically they said, these 25 players on my team, Don't touch. You cannot have. Anybody that didn't get protected in that 25-player protection layer is free to be drafted by the expansion team. So I'm literally drafting people off of other organizations right now. And so is Mexico City. So we are picking the leftovers of every other team. These are the guys that they did not protect, and they said if you draft them, you draft them. It is what it is. How many players do we need? Yes. We need a full team, a full roster. It's a 26-man roster for active players. And then the expanded roster is 40. So expanded encompasses active roster plus additional reserve players. Now, there's also going to be a lot of people drafted to the minor leagues. So we're going to have multiple minor league teams that we may or may not even worry about. We might just let the AI do that. We'll see how it goes. And then those guys are going to be part of our, like, team in a different way, contractually. But yeah, the expanded roster is all players who are eligible for a call-up. That means going from minor leagues to major leagues to the active roster at any time. People who have a major league contract. So we're going to have a 26-man active roster and then a 40-man, including the extra of 14 people that we can kind of call up and down as needed. Because, like, you might have an injury, right? Somebody gets injured, you got to call somebody else up. And they're going to get injured. As a player, can you refuse the team that drafts you? Nope. You could retire. Yeah, in this case, we have to take their contract. So if they're getting paid $16 million by their current team, we have to absorb that contract. So we can't renegotiate until the end of their existing contract. So it's like all or nothing at this point. So we've got a starting pitcher. And we want to add a bat to that. I was thinking about looking for a shortstop. So we do have a list of people that we were looking at yesterday. And we started to create some lists here. So these are the 5 people that we kind of narrowed it down to. Not all of them are shortstops, though. I think only like 2 or 3 of them can be shortstops. So these are our current top picks for shortstop. Nick Allen, he's a current Oakland A. He does not have a good bat, unfortunately. In 493 plate appearances, he was hitting .213 with a .260 on base percentage. So, not great. That's very bad, actually. However, he basically never makes an error. And he's got good range, good arm, and is one of the better shortstops. He also doesn't strike out very often. But he's got a 529 OPS. OPS is just kind of a metric. These are a bunch of... I feel like I'm going to have to explain these every single time. We'll just do a quick explanation. Average is how many times they hit. So if he's hitting .213, that means he's hitting 1 in 5 times he goes up to the plate, he's getting a hit. So he goes up to the plate 5 times, he gets 1 hit. On base percentage includes walks. And I assume it includes errors that the defense might make. So he's getting on base a quarter of the time because they're walking him, they're not throwing him strikes. Slugging is how often he is hit it. When he does hit, how often is he hitting a double or higher? So more than a quarter of the time when he does hit, he's hitting a double or higher. OPS is on base percentage and slugging percentage just added together. So that's pretty easy, right? 608 is 300 plus 308. So this number is just additive. So what we want here is like 800 or above, pretty much. And then OPS plus is kind of an adjusted number. So this is kind of like 100 is average. Is that right? for OPS plus. And then WAR is wins above replacement. It's effectively how many times has this person caused their team to lose or win that can be attributed basically to them. So like in 2023, he had a 1.3 WAR. He's actually got negative WAR, so he's costing his team games, potentially. So not my first choice, but he does have the glove. He's quick. He doesn't strike out much, and he's cheap. And he can play second base, but there's probably better second base choices. We've also got Jacob Amaya, 26 years old. He doesn't play shortstop as well. So he's got like 50 instead of a 60. Do you value defense or offense higher? Here's the thing. Defense is cheaper than offense. So we're going to have to make the money work. We are going to have the opportunity for free agent signings after this draft. So we need to save money and maybe make some big free agent plays. But we don't know who's going to go up in free agency that we're actually going to be able to get. You know, I don't know how to predict that ahead of time. I can probably see a list of who's going up to free agency and plan on making them an offer, but I honestly don't know where that information is in the game yet. And there's also international amateurs that you can look at and like try and pay them as well. So I don't know which one I was supposed to do first. Teams will be able to offer contracts once the signing period commences on January 15th. Okay, so we can't even offer these until it's November 25th right now, so we have to wait till January 15th to do this. We've got the prospect pipeline. Below is a list of all the best upcoming players in the MLB based on opinions of the network's baseball experts. So number 1 is Dylan Cruz with the Nationals. He's a left fielder. Batting .292. 385 on base percentage. 33 home runs. Yeah, I can see why they like him. All right, I'm getting lost in these. Here's the free agents. Are these guys free agents right now? They gotta be, because... Wait, is Juan Soto a free agent? That does not look like Juan Soto. I did do a 3D art generated image of every single player because I thought it would be funny. I think that they have actual photos of all the players. I just decided not to do that. The Yankees just had him as a rental. Does it say how much he's been paid? I'm assuming he's very expensive. Shane Bieber is injured. 3D means they get to wear a uniform in the pick also? Yeah. Oh, it said he wants $48 million a year? Where does it say that? Where do you see that? Demand on the right. Oops, hold on. Half the budget. Just the list of free agents. Oh. Oh yeah. He wants 48 million. Oh, that's funny. Signability hard. No joke. So Shane Bieber is fragile. Willie Adames, Iron Man, leader, work ethic, captain, very popular nationally, extremely popular locally. How did he do last year? in the sim. He was batting 249, so not perfect. What does he play? Shortstop. 328 on base percentage in 169 at bats. 432 slugging. How many homers? 6 homers. 17 RBI. 20 walks. He strikes out a little too much, but yeah, he's really good on defense too. Great range, double plays, doesn't make too many errors. Yeah, he's got positive WAR. How much did he want? He wants 28 mil. You guys want to give him a quarter of our budget? Dude, we can get... Didn't Blake Snell just throw a no-hitter yesterday? The game doesn't even know that Blake Snell just threw a no-hitter. I think he did. How much does Blake want? Blake wants 26 mil also. I mean, we could get like an anchor starting pitcher. That would be pretty crazy. So he was fantastic in 2023. In the 2024 simulated season, he's a little worse. 104 walks. He's given up 5 walks per 9 innings. .2 WAR. Okay, who else is here? Walker Buehler. Starting pitcher. Played on the Dodgers, then Seattle. Got better in Seattle. I mean, these numbers are pretty good. In 80 innings. 80 innings, 3.36 ERA. Whip is at 1. Walks plus hits per inning pitched. Did I miss the draft? We're drafting right now. We're just looking at free agents. Because if we want to sign a big free agent, then we might not need to, you know what I mean? Like, that might change how we draft. If we, like, we have 100 million to play with. So if we get a whole team that's only 780K per player, then we're going to have some money to play around with to get a couple of star players. So I need to know who's out there on the free market. My assumption is your team the first year will not be great. That's what you think. I'm going to make a star team. We're going to find the unwanted, unloved players in the league and make them into champions. Cinderella story, hell yeah. But anyway, Walker Buehler had great stats in 2024 for his last 11 games. We need to make a new shortlist. All right, he's going on the short list. I can't afford 33 mil. Walker Buehler is also cheaper than Blake Snell by a lot. How old is Walker Buehler? 30? Older, but not old. Got a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, cutter, 5-pitch mix. Power pitcher 96 to 98. And he's got a good work ethic. Pretty happy, pretty chill. Clayton Kershaw going into free agency? Are the Dodgers finally done with you, Clayton? Did they finally let you go? Starting pitcher. He's been here for 16 years, 36 years old. How much does Kershaw want? 11 mil. Is that just he knows how he's getting old? Look at how many war badges he has. Yeah, this is all the All-Star and all the Cy Young awards. MVP. Oh yeah, Kershaw? Where's the one for World Series rings? Was he on the Dodgers in 2020? Played in Chicago in the Sim in 2024, apparently. 5.49 ERA. Whew. In 59 innings pitched. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Sean Manaea. He's been around for a while. He's 32 also. Played for the Mets. Had a better year. Slider's good. Chat, my entire browser just refreshed. Oh. Hi. I can see you again. Okay, where was I? Ryan Presley, that's the Astros closer slash setup man. Also known as Stressley. Probably much to his chagrin. But he's been good. He gets a little too much shit, I think. How much does he want? 13 mil. We are gonna need a closer. 2.63 ERA in 82 innings last year. Got a great slider and curveball. 93 to 95 mile an hour. Good stuff. Decent control. Great whip. Very low average against. Came in the last 5 games. Only gave up 1 run in 1 inning. And a loss 5-2. So it wasn't... didn't lose the game. He didn't lose the game. I'll put him on the short list. Why do we need a closer if there's never gonna be a save opportunity? Oh, he is 35 though, so he is pretty old. I say as a 35-year-old. I mean, it is true. Pete Alonso, first base. How much does Pete want? 17 mil? See, I don't know if I want to pay a first base 17 mil to hit 204. Pete, why do you want 17 mil to hit 204 with average defense? Chat, am I missing something here? Is Pete Alonso coasting on reputation alone? His slugging? Yeah, he's got 38 homers and 46 homers. I guess you just have him here to hit dingers occasionally. He basically goes up there. He hits 1 out of every 5 times at bat, but when he does hit, it's a coin flip whether it's like a home run. People pay for the long ball. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try going small ball a little bit more. I want at least somebody who can hit home runs though. Signability extremely hard. Okay, we're not gonna worry about him though. Caleb Ferguson, free agent, relief pitcher. How much stamina do you have? Not much. .01 ERA, fastball, curveball, that's it. But you came in, you did okay. It's not great numbers. Any local players from Vegas? I did see, there was one that we had on the short list, but we ended up ignoring him for some reason. I recognize a bunch of these names, though. I mean, they're real players, so I guess Wilmer Flores, Kenley Jansen, Marcelo Zuna, Jorge Polanco, Nick Ahmed. I've heard all these names in MLB The Show. Luis Garcia? Is this the Astros pitcher? Apparently the Astros are just releasing every single player in the simulation that they've ever had. This is one of their, like, star pitchers right now. Is this... No, there's multiple Luis Garcias. This is a different Luis Garcia. Who are also pitchers? Because he doesn't even have Astros on here. But yeah, he wasn't doing too good. 5 ERA. All right, I think I've seen enough from here. We'll come back and look at this because we're definitely going to have to pick some free agents out of this to fill out the team. I just wanted to see kind of like who the best players were that were available, because I think we're going to need at least one or two kind of like, we need one star. We need one dude who's like 15 plus 10 to 15 million contract, you know what I mean? Somebody to kind of like be some glue for the rest of the team. Oh, we drafting. Yeah, we drafting all right. Gotta have somebody to sell tickets, that's right. Okay, so we're looking to get a shortstop. And I'm looking to change the soundtrack. Okay, we can listen to this, and then I think it's the last song on the soundtrack. So we had Nick Allen, Jacob Amaya, who's got better numbers in AAA. Had a good year last year with Jacksonville. Decent range, not the best shortstop. Could be good second base. Could be okay fill-in shortstop. Avoids strikeouts, good eye. Angry at his role on the team. He wants to be in the majors. He'll be happy if he's in the majors. .3.8 WAR last year. Got Willie Calhoun in left field for not for his fielding. This might be a potential DH for us. He doesn't hit enough home runs to be a DH. Why did I like this guy? I should have written down notes. He's hitting 240. The on-base percentage is pretty good. He's got negative WAR, though, so I don't know. Avoids Ks, yeah. And then Ernie Clement, AA and AAA. Dude, he came up to the MLB in 2023, got 50 at-bats, was hitting 380 in that stretch. So that's a good sign. He's already shown up. He seems like a solid pickup because he can play a lot of positions. Yeah, he's got versatility. He's got second base, third base, shortstop, left field, and center field. He's medium speed, good stealing ability, can put down some sacrifice, never gets struck out. Morale angry. He's unhappy with the team record, so he doesn't want to lose. So maybe he's not good because he'll just be pissed. He got demoted to AA though. Yeah, I don't know why. It says he knows how to fit in. And he's got negative WAR here for some reason. Is this his potential as a left fielder? 65? Why is he not doing well after the demotion? He's doing okay after the demotion. But yeah, it's tough to say. Ah, chat. I don't know who to draft first, man. All right, Rogue Legacy, chill out. Chat, what soundtrack should I do? What gaming soundtrack should we chill to while I look at people's stats and try to make some decisions? FTL, no. Ape Escape, no. Bastion, no. Polka, no. Lethal Leak, maybe. It's got too many people. It's not by one person, so I'm probably going to get DMCA'd. Baba Is You, no. Cult of the Lamb, okay. Okay, yeah. Show me shortstops again. We're gonna make a new filter. And this filter is gonna be... Let's do fielding at shortstop, at least 50. That's the first one. And then I don't really care about the rest. The rest we can kind of like fill in. Let's do batting ratings. Let's do avoid Ks is at least 50.